Hi, today we're going to be looking at the Magicue Studio Series teleprompters. This is going to be an assembly instructional video. So you can see in front of me I have a few different pieces. These pieces come out of the box just like this. So let's take a look at what these are. This piece right here is the center hub. The center hub holds the glass, which we'll look at in a second. And attached to it out of the box is what we call the rear sled, or where the camera is attached. In the middle here you have a blue locking knob, and opposite that you have a riser and lowering knob. So the way that works is if you unlock the blue knob on this side, then you can turn the riser and you can lower the whole rear sled on the center hub, or you can raise it depending on what kind of camera you're using with the teleprompter and how much clearance you need over the top of the center hub. So again, turning the knob, you can lower the rear sled or you can raise it. When you have it at the height that you want, simply lock the blue knob and the rear sled is set in place. Next, we're going to look at the two camera mounting screws on the rear sled. You have two different sizes. They're the standard camera mounting size of 1/4 20 and then 3/8. Both of these mounting screws are movable on the rear sled for however much clearance you need away from the glass, however far back or forward you need to be to accommodate for your lens. Also, these screws can be removed if you're not going to need them at all by bringing them all the way back to this rear hole and unthreading them, but that requires disassembly of the rear sled, which is beyond the scope of this video. So the camera can be mounted to either one of these two movable points. When you've positioned it where you want it, simply tighten it with the thumb screw from underneath and it will lock the camera down. Okay, so next we're going to turn our attention to the front part of the center hub, which has these two holes that are there for the front rail system. Now you could see these two blue screws that are attached on the underside of the center hub here. These come in the box. I've gone ahead and pre-installed them just to save some time here, but these are what's going to tighten the front rails into the center hub. So if we take our center hub here and slot them into the front rails, we can then turn the entire assembly over and tighten the blue thumb screws so that the front rails stay in place. All right, that's what the completed chassis is going to look like without the glass or the monitor pieces installed. Again, this lock knob can be loosened and the rear sled can be lowered or raised to accommodate for camera height. These camera mount points can be brought forward or backwards to accommodate for lens length. And also the monitor attachment plate, which we'll get to shortly, also has a knob underneath which can be loosened, and the entire monitor assembly can move front or back depending on how much clearance is needed for your viewing angle and monitor size. Next, we're going to look at how to attach the monitor to the monitor plate. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at how to attach the monitor here to the monitor plate. And to do that, we need to actually remove the monitor plate from the front rail system. To do that, I'm going to unscrew the large knob on the underside of the monitor plate attachment assembly. When that comes off, I'll set that aside. And the plate is going to come off in two pieces, just like that. Okay, I've set aside my Magicue prompter assembly and I brought the monitor over. If I turn this over, you're going to see a mounting hole pattern on the back here, which will match with the hole pattern on the monitor bracket. I can line these up, and in the accessory bag with the monitor will be 4 screws with a Phillips head. These can go into the 4 corner mounting points. You'll need a screwdriver to mount these into the mounting bracket. So we have the monitor bracket attached to the back of the monitor using the 4 included screws. The next thing that we're going to do is attach the monitor to the teleprompter assembly. Now, the easiest way to do this is to use the 2 white foam blocks that were included with your Magicue monitor to hold the monitor up as you mount it to the assembly. I'll show you what I mean. So what we're going to do is make sure that the front of the monitor, where the Magicue logo is facing away from the teleprompter assembly. Now we're going to put these foam blocks in place to lift the monitor up off of the table, give it some height. And then when we get the teleprompter assembly, make sure that the sled riser on the rear is moved all the way to its highest position, and then turn the whole assembly upside down and place the monitor rails into the guides on the bracket. Now you can take the backing plate, put it over the screw just like this, then take the large locking knob here and tighten it into place like this. And now the monitor is mounted to the teleprompter assembly. All right, next we're going to install the beam splitter glass. So when we unpack the glass, you're going to see that the sun hood is already pre-installed. It's just collapsed. That's going to face the rear of the assembly with the glass pane facing the front. So what we're going to do is take this rail and slide it into the slot on the bracket in the center hub. And it's going to be a tight fit, but it'll slot right in there. And then these spring-loaded screws are going to tighten the glass down into place. Just like this. And we'll tighten the next one. And now the glass is installed. If you need to adjust the angle, you can do that by using the blue knob. And you'll want to make sure to support the glass with your other hand while you adjust the viewing angle. So if we increase the viewing angle by turning the knob clockwise, we'll want to just gently pull that glass back along with it. Okay, now we've adjusted our glass, and this hood can just pull back and away from the glass to sit over your camera's lens. The last piece that we're going to install is the glass sun shield. Around the glass there is a strip of Velcro that is pre-installed. So all we need to do is attach the top piece of the sunshade, and then secondly the side pieces of the sunshade. All right, and that completes the Magicue Studio Series assembly instructional video. If you have any questions, you can call our office at 856-324-2892 or email us at sales@dracobroadcast.com. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.